everyone, Miss GoElectric here. Today is Sunday, August 10th, 2025, and this is The Current, your weekly EV news in about 10 minutes. The Taiwanese manufacturer of the Apple iPhone, Microsoft Xbox, Sony PlayStation, and Nintendo Switch, Foxconn, has sold its Lordstown, Ohio automotive manufacturing facility for about $375 million, including land, buildings, and machinery to Crescent Dune LLC, a mysterious company formed last week by an unnamed business partner. The sale includes $88 million for the property and $287 million for equipment. Despite the transaction, Foxconn will continue to operate the 6.2 million square foot facility, pivoting from EV production to advanced manufacturing, with a focus on artificial intelligence data centers and cloud computing hardware. Foxconn acquired the former General Motors plant in 2022 for $230 million from the now bankrupt Lordstown Motors, initially aiming to produce electric pickup trucks. After failed EV partnerships and acquisitions, including Lordstown Motors and fellow bankrupt startups Indy EV and Fisker Inc., the company is realigning its U.S. strategy to capitalize on the growing demand for AI infrastructure. As we reported back in December, the company planned to produce 2 EV models for the U.S. market under its Foxconn brand, starting with its Model C midsize crossover, which was expected to begin testing in late 2025, and the Model D, a multi-purpose vehicle expected in 2027. Back in February, they were also rumored to be among the companies considering a deal to rescue struggling Japanese automaker Nissan. Those discussions regarding equity have come and gone, but they have been in talks to keep Nissan's Oppama, Japan plant running by allowing Foxconn to build EVs there. Back in May, Foxconn signed a memorandum of understanding with Nissan alliance partner Mitsubishi to supply them with an EV model made under the Foxtron brand, which will be introduced in the Australian and New Zealand markets in the second half of 2026. Notably, Foxconn had announced a partnership with TECO Electric and Machinery last week, which will leverage TECO's expertise in AI infrastructure and electric motors. Although it seems Foxconn may be done with the idea of producing EVs in the US, the company emphasized its commitment to the US automotive market, stating it can rapidly scale up EV production if needed. Hyundai Motor Company and General Motors have unveiled plans to co-develop 5 new vehicles, marking a significant step in the strategic partnership they formed last September. The collaboration includes 4 models for Central and South America, including a compact SUV, car and pickup, as well as a mid-size pickup, each with the flexibility to use either internal combustion or hybrid propulsion systems. The 5th vehicle will be an electric commercial van, which GM says will be a smaller sibling to the Chevrolet BrightDrop vans, targeting the North American market with U.S. manufacturing planned for 2028. The automakers are expecting annual sales across all 5 models to exceed 800,000 units when production has fully scaled. GM will lead development of the midsize pickup platform, while Hyundai will spearhead the compact models and the electric van, but they stressed that each company would sell these vehicles under their own brands with unique interior and exterior designs. The 2 companies also plan joint sourcing initiatives in North and South America for materials, transport, and logistics. There has been no additional information about potential battery material sources as mentioned in their original announcement in September. What other EV models or body styles do you think the 2 brands would successfully collaborate on? I'd love to see Hyundai's efficiency expertise implemented into GM's full-size truck platform, so we can say goodbye to monstrous 200+ kilowatt-hour battery packs. Share your thoughts in the comments section. It's full steam ahead for more EV charging in California. The California Energy Commission is back in the news this week, unveiling a $55 million initiative called the Fast Charge California Project, aiming to expand the state's EV fast charging infrastructure. Sites must be publicly accessible, and the Commission says priority will be given to locations in tribal areas, disadvantaged communities, and low-income communities. The program offers up to 100% of installation costs for DC fast chargers, with eligible sites including gas stations, retail centers, parking lots, and other high-traffic destinations, with funding capped at $55,000 per port for 150 to 274 kilowatt chargers and $100,000 for those over 275 kilowatts. Interestingly, the funding requires at least 50% of the connectors at each site are fit with the CCS standard, but the J3400 connector, known as the North American Charging System, or NACS, can still be used on the remaining cables. At least 4 connectors are required, with a maximum of 20 at each site. Currently, BTC Power, Star Chargers, Autel, ABB, and Chevy are approved equipment providers for the funding, but Rivian, Tesla, Kempower, and Delta are among the manufacturers expected to become eligible later this year. The initiative is expected to add 550 to 1,000 new charging ports statewide, and applications are open until October 29th. California isn't the only state moving ahead with public fast charging funding programs. The state of Indiana has been busy too. This week, the state of Indiana has announced $33 million in EV charging funding awards to expand its public charging access. The program funds originate from the nationwide $2.7 billion Environmental Mitigation Trust established in 2017, which Volkswagen Group was required to pay out to the states as a result of its diesel emissions scandal. Indiana had approximately 12,000 affected vehicles, which entitled it to a share of the mitigation funds. This fund is separate from the $2 billion Zero Emission Vehicle Infrastructure Fund, which resulted in the creation of VW's Electrify America network. Pilot travel centers emerged as a major recipient, securing a substantial portion of the funds to install high-power charging stations at multiple locations. Other notable awardees include regional energy providers, top awarded NEVI recipient Francis Energy, and the Ready Charging Network. Equipment requirements for the fast charging sites in this state include a minimum of 200 kilowatt speeds, but that can be accomplished by pairing 2 100 kilowatt dispensers with one vehicle obtaining a minimum of 200 kilowatts, but the equipment also simultaneously being able to charge 2 vehicles separately at a minimum of 100 kilowatts. State officials expect the new chargers to be operational by late 2026. The state of Indiana seems to be becoming a growing hub for EV investment, including over $8.6 billion in battery and EV components manufacturing projects. Hopefully, all this public charging infrastructure will be put to good use. Toyota-backed electric air taxi manufacturer Joby Aviation has agreed to acquire Blade Air Mobility's urban air mobility passenger business for up to $125 million in cash or stock. The deal includes Blade's passenger operations across the US and Europe, along with its brand and network of 12 urban terminals, which served over 50,000 passengers in 2024. The acquisition provides Joby with immediate access to key markets, including New York City and Southern Europe, and a loyal customer base, accelerating its commercialization of electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft. Blade's operations will continue under its founder and CEO, Rob Wiesenthal, as a wholly owned Joby subsidiary, with plans to transition passengers from helicopters to Joby's quiet, emission-free aircraft. Joby will also partner with Blade's medical division, rebranded as Strata Critical Medical, to support organ transport services. The transaction is expected to close in the coming weeks, pending standard conditions. Joby also recently announced it would be expanding its manufacturing capacity in California and Ohio, doubling its production capability to 24 aircraft per year. On top of that, Joby announced a collaboration with L3Harris Technologies to develop a hybrid vertical takeoff and landing aircraft for military use. This gas turbine hybrid version of Joby's S4 eVTOL aircraft will be optionally piloted and equipped with sensors, payload, and autonomy features for missions like contested logistics, counter-UAS, and electronic warfare. Flight testing is planned for fall of 2025, with participation in government exercises targeted for 2026. This follows the news in December of competing Stellantis and United-backed eVTOL manufacturer Archer Aviation announcing their military collaboration to produce hybrid vertical takeoff and landing aircraft for Anduril Industries. In Joby's Q2 financial report, the company also announced that its first conforming aircraft for type inspection authorization flight tests is in final assembly, which is a key step toward their FAA certification expected in 2026. Commonplace electric flight is just around the corner. Here at the Miss GoElectric channel this week, we published 2 highly anticipated and super detailed product reviews for you. The first features the Lectric XP Trike 2, which makes cruising on a bike trail a breeze for riders of all ages and ability levels. It makes hefty cargo and trailer transport safe and stable. We tossed in a fun hack for infinite range too. You can find that one over at the Miss GoElectric Rider Reviews channel and linked below. If you tuned in to The Current on July 6th, you've already seen the brand new grounded G3 fully electric Class B motorhome from a distance. We had 5 days with it and captured so much footage that it took us a few weeks to edit the review down to a reasonable 30-minute length. We hope you'll check out our complete 700-mile camping experience with the electric campervan to see how it enables unprecedented affordability and reliability compared to gas and diesel RVs. You can skip straight to that video by clicking right here, and there's also a link down in the description. Thank you for watching our report on the top EV news stories for this week. If you found value in our coverage, we ask that you share this video online and be sure to subscribe so that we can continue producing this program. Until next time, drive, fly, ride. Go electric.